Shattered. Nick Kyrgios curtailed by elbow injury in Davis Cup defeat. Shattered. Nick Kyrgios curtailed by elbow injury in Davis Cup defeat. The image of Nick Kyrgios this summer has been that of a maturing young star, increasingly personable, upbeat and better able to handle the demands placed on a professional tennis player of his rank and profile. On Sunday, the image of Kyrgios was that of a shattered man whose Davis Cup ambitions were cut down by injury at the worst possible time. This one clearly stung, although the fact it meant so much can only be interpreted as a good thing. Trailing 2-1 in the cup tie against Germany at Brisbane's Pat Rafter Arena, Kyrgios carried Australian hopes as he took the court against longtime junior rival and world No. 5 Alex Zverev. Given his form on Friday against Jan-Lennard Struff and his strong record against the tall 20-year-old, there was every chance that Kyrgios could send it into a decider, which would have Peter John Millman against Peter Gojowczyk. Zverev had other ideas. With Kyrgios grabbing at his elbow during the opening few games, Zverev took flight, playing sumptuous, chanceless tennis to send his nation through to the quarter-finals with a 6-2, 7-6, 3, 6-2 win in 108 minutes. Kyrgios would have needed to be at the height of his game to beat Zverev, but with his serving capacity limited, the rest of his game followed suit. The frustration built to a point where he was given his first code violation of the summer, burying his Yonex into the court during the second set tie-break. Later, he said he was devastated not to be able to produce his best for Australia and team captain Lleyton Hewitt. Davis Cup has become a huge focal point for Kyrgios, while the mentoring of Hewitt and the support of the team has been critical in his growth on and off the court. Kyrgios won the Brisbane International to start the season, but he said he would probably hand that back if it meant getting Australia through to the Davis Cup quarter-finals. It's tough to go out and not be able to put in your best performance. I had one eye on this Davis Cup tie throughout the whole Aussie summer. I was waiting to come here and play. It just leaves a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth after the Aussie summer I had, Kyrgios said. I can't really be too happy with the way I played or the result today at all. I would have given up my Brisbane title to have won this tie. Ultimately, I had a pretty good summer. But it's hard to think about all that stuff when I lost today. Kyrgios said he felt the injury after his Day 1 victory of Jan-Lennard Struff, with Hewitt not considering him for the doubles in a bid to have him right for the lofty challenge of Zverev. I felt it the day after I played my first match. I didn't really think too much of it. I'm going to take a week off now to try and get it better. It affected me a fair bit in my match, Kyrgios said. My serve is my biggest strength. But my biggest weapon was not really there, and that affects the rest of my game. Hewitt has poured his heart and soul into the Davis Cup but has some thinking to do after the weekend. Alex de Minaur's performance in a 5-set loss to Zverev was heartening, although he tore an abdominal muscle in the process. The doubles proved critical, with John Peers and Matthew Ebden losing in 5 sets to Struff and Tim Puetz, who remains lowly ranked in both forms of the game but played one of the best matches of his life. Germany now progress to the quarter-finals, while Australia face a playoff in September to try and remain in the World Group.